Let's read out the evolutionary changes in the arrangement of bones and related mode of locomotion in major group of vertebrates. All vertebrates have a common body plan and have a skeleton formed on the same basic parts. But there are many differences. Some of these can be related to changes in habitat. For example, support and locomotion in sea requires adaptation which differ from those needed on land or in air. Most fishes are propelled forward by means of muscle contraction which pass along the body from the anterior to posterior by producing a characteristic S-band locomotion. Alternate contractions on both sides produce lashing movements which drive the fish forward through the water. This type of motion is seen in cartilaginous fishes like dogfish and sharks. Most land vertebrates and tetrapods in four-footed amphibians and reptiles, the legs emerge from the sides of the body and the S-wriggle is retained as a part of the body. Girdles and limbs of tetrapods show clear-cut homologies and fundamental structure. The tetrapod pelvic girdle is united firmly to the sacral region of the vertebral column. It is composed on the each side of three cartilaginous bones, ilium, ischium, and pubis. A depression, the acetabulum, usually located at the point of the junction of these three bones, furnishes the articular surface for the femur. The limbs of tetrapods are fundamentally similar; fore and hind limbs are also like. The tetrapod limb is primarily primitively pentadactyl. Reduction and fusion accounts for many variations from the primitive conditions that are encountered. For example, in the case of mammalian locomotion, the legs project beneath the body, providing more effective support. In running mammal, stride length and power are increased by arching the spine first upward, with the limbs fully extended. In this way, the force produced by the back muscle is transmitted to the ground. Flight has evolved in three types of vertebrates, namely in petrodactyls, pterodactyls, birds, and bats. It involves far more muscular effort than swimming and walking or running. To generate sufficient lift to remain airborne, a flying organism must have wings with a large surface area in contact with the air and must beat its wings properly. The skeleton of birds is highly modified for flight. Among the more obvious adaptations are the enlargement of the pectoral girdle and the development of sternum to form massive keel for the attachment of flight muscles. The supracoracoid muscles provide power for the upward stroke. The lifting action is possible because the tendon of the supracoracoid muscles passes through an opening, the foramen triosum, formed between the scapula, coracoid, and clavicle bones, and is attached to the upper surface of the humerus. The number of bones is reduced as compared to those in the limbs of other vertebrates, and many bones are fused together to increase strength. But the shape of the wings greatly influences the speed and type of flight which can be achieved. For example, long narrow wings like those of gulls and other seabirds are ideal for gliding in wind, while short broad wings like those of many garden birds are effective for slow flapping flight. Bats have a quite different arrangement of wing bones but show a parallel range of adaptation for flight.